Okay, thank you. You're back on right. Okay, so before we start, I think you all know the system, right? We have all our returns, so you need to ask me. So otherwise, okay, so one look. Okay, okay. So just for the record, I'll just say this for the record. Later on in my document. So today's date is 16th of May 2025, and we are here at the training center, the Study Professional Consultancy Center in Balahad to conduct the accreditation training. Okay, the total number of participants is 5. So that is for the record for the HRDC in case they want to check. So the first exhibit I'm going to distribute the attendance sheet. So you can take your time and fill up your attendance sheet because this is the record. Yeah.
Sama juga kalau itu pengen kalau pengen
So Mr. Mike, my training methodology may be slightly different, so you need to, I use different approach, so maybe yours is different, right?
Yeah.
Your training methodology is different, so. So we just follow, I will follow your advices for that. So I just follow based because your experience in the field, right? I'm lecturer, so I am more for the normal lecture. Yes, so I just follow your advice. Later I pass the slide to you. I send to Ken already. You can use it if you want to use it.
Dia tak pernah kalau boleh mahu
Any pen? So based on my colleague, right, video, in the first part, right, the 30 minutes actually extended, became a little bit bigger. You have to follow exactly the work plan for your accreditation. Much of 30 minutes for first part introduction, it has to be 30 minutes saja. Oh, boleh? Campur. Okay.
Video kan ada kita punya
Okay.
intro, initializer, and then kita punya ice breaking, and then you continue to the pre-assessment and then topic 1 also.
Okay. Because the icebreaker actually I put first, but energizer is somewhere after module 1. Boleh? Okay, thank you. in your training, your time? How many?
Minimum, maximum packs.
20.
Saya was training almost 25 or
25?
25 or 26.
So then you have tabletop like group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, group setting. Okay, terima kasih, thank you. This one I will keep for the record later. So this one is for record. So I will start the recording now. So can you start, everyone? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you need a break anytime we can leave, no problem. Okay, so we just stop. Can you okay? Okay, so we check recording and we start now. Okay, selamat pagi, salam sejahtera, salam Malaysia Madani, and salam Sabah Maju Jaya. Okay. So we go into that.
Salam Jumat.
Oh, salam Jumat Mada. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you all for attending this session. It's a very good learning experience for both of yourself and for myself. So today, our topic for today's presentation is Introduction to Artificial Intelligence from Concepts to Applications. And we are going to go step by step. I will show you the roadmap later on. Okay, first we put our disclosure, so that's regarding the HRDC. You need to say that if you want to exit from the room because you don't want your face to be recorded, then you can state it now. Okay, so that's the disclosure. Okay, so is it okay with everyone for recording? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to use it for commercial purposes, okay, so don't worry about it. And I'll put it on a link, but it will be not private link for the HRDC claim later. Okay, so the first thing which we are going to start with today is what is known as the icebreaker. Okay, the icebreaker is something which you do at every session, but I'm going to distribute the handout to you. So this is the icebreaker handout here. So I'll distribute this handout to each one, and you can take your time and fill up the form. Just do it at your own pace. And you will need to ask me some question about the form because there's something which will be different in these forms. Just fill it up, take your time, fill it up. Just write your name. So the first one is your name. You can use your your name, yeah. This is the column I left for you. Because you will need this form later at the end of the course. I will explain to you why you need it at the end of the course. That is your future and your name, your job specification. For example, you have multiple job specification. You just write one. Okay, for example, I am pensyara. Ada banyak lagi kerja itu peneliti. Ada tapi saya tulis satu saja itu saya pensyara. Suppose. Then itu preferred platform. This preferred platform is whichever platform you are using currently for AI. Whichever. You can use Canva, Gemini, ChatGPT, it's okay. Just state that. I want you to experience something. Okay, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, whichever. Only one, just one. Because I want you to experience that happening in the class. Okay, so that's the basis of the icebreaker. Okay, the third one.
Google.
Okay, anything. Google, Gemini, you have ChatGPT, you have other ones. Okay. Now, this column is actually the private column. It's called private. The last column is for private. And this is the training methodology for you to understand what do you wish to learn from this course. Just start. You can write anything. This I'm not going to ask you. That's your private column. Okay. So what do you wish to learn?
You can write in Malay also, kan?
Yeah. You can whatever you wish to learn. You can learn. You may want to learn about AI. You may want to learn about how to deliver a presentation. It's okay. It's okay because that's what you need to learn. The second one is how do you want to feel? Emotion. What is your emotion after the course? Will you feel? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to feel positive, negative? It's up to you. That's your personal perception. And the last one is what do you want to do? Okay. This is called what do you want to do means how will you apply what you learn for your work. So this is very important because this will anchor your perception in the course. So we call it a know, do, feel. So this is a training methodology. So you just write it out and keep it to yourself. This one you don't have to do. So the next part for the icebreaker, right, is to introduce yourself. So can you start first and introduce yourself, madam? You can write down. Just you can sit down or stand up and introduce yourself.
My name is Christina Corinne.
Yeah.
And you may call me Corinne.
Yeah, Corinne. Okay, so your job specification?
My job specification here is business development.
Okay, business development. What's your preferred AI platform?
I prefer Canva AI.
Canva AI. Okay, so we'll note that down. So we can go to the board and note it down. So CORRIN, right? Coring, right? So we use Canva AI. Okay. Okay. So next. So we have state your name. Good.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Mike John Lan. You can call me
Mike John.
Mike.
Okay.
So I was one of the trainers here in our company, right? And then my preferred AI platform should be mostly I use ChatGPT and also a lot.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay. One. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Okay, nama saya Azmi. Okay, saya sebagai trainer dan apa yang saya lebih prefer lebih kepada ChatGPT sama Canva juga lah.
Okay, terima kasih, Puan.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Name given is Michelle. Just specifications is account.
Yeah.
Prefer AI platform is Google Translator.
Google Translator.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fun. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Sharifah Nurshalifi. Tapi boleh panggil Vivi. Job specification di sini, account coordinator. Kalau platform AI saya lebih prefer ChatGPT.
Okay. ChatGPT. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. So now we all know each other. We all know our preferences. It's very important to know the preferences because I need to teach you all about the AI and I need to change your perception of AI so that you can use it more effectively. So this is our icebreaker. Okay. So this is me. I'm Kenneth. You can just call me Kenneth. There's no need to use any title. My name is Kenneth. I teach at the university. I've been teaching for around 20 years, I think, and I did administrative work also before, but I'm teaching as a normal academician, not as a trainer. And I work with the Biotechnology Research Institute. So the reason why I do this training, right, in the AI is because we use AI for a lot of scientific research. Okay. It's the same for you as well, whether you for accounting or whether you use for your business marketing, it's the same. Because we use it, you have to learn to use this tool. Okay. So what is the roadmap for today? So today's lecture, right, we will do step by step, and all the time you can use your laptop because it's all interactive session. You will learn how to use different platforms, but I will focus only on one platform. So the first one is we will explore AI. After it, we'll get to know Google Studio, which is a very powerful tool, which is free also. That's why we use it. And then we go to learn to use Google Studio. So that's how it will work. Okay, so at the end of the time, at the end of the day, we'll have to come out with an output. That's your assessment. Okay, so that's what we do for our roadmap. So these are our modules. We have 3 modules. The first module is Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. It's just an introduction. It's not related to technology at all. Just purely introduction. Second one will be Introduction to Google Studio. Google Studio is a powerful tool which you will use, which you can use in your workspace to do many types of activities. Not only prompting, it can do other stuff as well. Okay. And the last one we will do is application. So the third module, you will learn to apply all these techniques to your workspace. That's why I'm asking you what's your job spec. I'll give you a specific instruction based on your job spec. So now we know what's your job spec, so I can give you your. Okay. So learning outcomes, maybe you want to read this. Perhaps Corinne can read the first. Upon completion of this program, participants will be able to. Madam Corinne, can you read the first one, please?
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Describe the terminologies associated with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Itu kau.
Thank you. Yeah. So the first one is to describe the terminology. There are many terms in artificial intelligence. Semua dalam bahasa Inggeris. But you need to understand that term, so when somebody says it, when you're training, you know what is that term. Okay? So that's what we will look at. The second one, Mr. Mike, can you please read that?
Demonstrate an understanding of functions of Google Studio.
Thank you. The Google Studio is actually a dashboard with many functions. So I have to explain to you with the dashboard system how it works. And you must understand it's evolving, so it will change. In fact, what was there 1 month ago is already different today. So you need to train on that. Okay? So, Madam Michelle, can you read the third one?
Demonstrate the applications of AI to perform a specific task.
Correct. Thank you. So that is the part where you learn how to do specific tasks with AI. Okay, these are the learning outcomes. All clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so how is your assessment going to be by? So we'll do a pre-assessment and post-assessment using Google Forms. So I have a Google Form. We'll have to keep your phone ready and you just scan the QR code. Just 5 questions. Don't worry about the answer. It's not going. We are not going to discriminate against anybody based on your. Just nampak saja. Just mark. I will explain to you why we do this procedure later. Okay? Because when we start a training, we need to know your background. Okay? So we only after the training is over, we know what is the achievement of the background. Then we'll have question and answer. So I will ask question, you will ask me questions also. So we will interact with question and answer. So please stop me anytime. If I speak too fast, ask me to slow down, etc. If you cannot, tidak boleh faham dalam bahasa Inggeris, saya boleh bincang dalam bahasa Melayu. Okay, tapi sikit saja, jangan macam kompleks. Okay, rumit tidak boleh, tapi sikit saya boleh faham dan boleh bentang. Okay, and last one is presentation of output. So I will ask you to present output from yourself. So you just present whatever you have done. Don't worry, it's not going to be a complex output because if we actually did this training, we have to do it for 2 days. This will train because but today we will do it in a short 4-hour session. Okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes now to complete your quiz. So if you have any problem logging on, you'll have to use your Google. So this is in Google. So you'll have to give. I'm not going to record any of the data. I'm just going to keep it for training purpose. So your name, usually if you ask your email, you can not use your email as well. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you just complete and we will do the quiz. So adalah itu bahasa Inggeris sikit rumit, tapi kamu boleh translate pun boleh. Translate. If you have problem translating, you will take your time. Think about the answer and then you don't think and you can just press what you feel is the closest answer to the question. So I will turn on my phone because I can see your quiz in my phone. So in my phone I can see my quiz and I can assess. Tell me when you're done. And then you okay, Sudha, I'm checking my phone because. Okay, so you got your score, right? I'm not going to disclose your score because that is your personal. This is for your personal view, not for me. Later on we see the pre and post. You compare your score. You tell me your score afterwards. I don't want to know. It's okay. It may be all wrong. It may be all right. I am not going to discriminate based on that. We just use it for the pre and post assessment. So I can see it in my system. So I can see it here. Okay, it's okay. It's perfectly okay because I understand why. That's why I need to show you the concept. Okay, so I need to teach you the concepts. That is why it's good if you get the lower score. If you got the lower score and you come for the course, that means you have achieved something. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, done. Seen your scores? I'm not going to disclose. I can see, but I'm not going to disclose. Okay. So later on we discuss it at the end of the course. End of the course we do the same. That time I show you on the screen, but I won't show you a scope. We'll go through each question step by step. Okay, so thank you very much for completing the quiz. So this was your pre-assessment for the SSC. So let's go into the next one, which is module 1. Okay. So the first module will be related to terminology only. Okay. I'm not going to discuss anything about the platform, fully terminology. And we are going to reflect on the questions. So you please ask me questions related to certain terminology. Okay, so the learning outcome for this module is only one. You have to describe the technologies or the terminologies associated with AI. So later on we will discuss, at the end of this module we will discuss in detail. The first concept is related to intelligence. This is discussion, huh? This is not technical part. What is your idea of intelligence? Anyone can answer? Intelligence. Smart. Smart. So how do you measure intelligence?
Measure the way you think,
Measure.
the way he or she think, act, something like that.
Action.
Action.
Yeah.
Okay, suppose a person like a lady or a man came into the room and stood there and said nothing like this. I just stood. Can you make out whether I'm intelligent or not?
Yes.
How do you make out the intelligence? How do you make out a person is
Maybe
intelligent?
it's if the person wearing apa nih? What is it? Cermin glasses. So glasses, yeah. That person may be an intelligent person.
Correct, it's correct. I'll tell you why. All of these is related to computation. I'm not going to make, it's all acceptable. Okay, so what have you done? You have in your mind, you have a template of intelligent, other
Yes.
mata, other botak sikit, other gambut, then you will think other.
Yeah, wearing
So
glasses.
how does, yeah, correct. Yeah. And what else? Maybe?
What else?
You, okay.
White kid.
Okay. So why is this thing happen? Can you explain to me why is this intelligence idea come from? From maybe
From us.
from school?
Yeah, from school, from the
So-
environment expressions. Yeah.
Correct. So you have actually demonstrated intelligence because you are learning like a computer. So you have got a pre-idea and you are demonstrating intelligence. Okay. Any other example? Correct. So this is called prejudice. Prejudice is prejudice. Actually, the word prejudice is because we are prejudging based on prior information. This is the way human beings work. It's natural in us. Whether we are in school, we learn from teacher, we see, oh, ada cantik baju, then we will immediately, that's why it's important to maintain, right? So this is the prejudice. Okay, this is the human learning. Okay, so any other example of intelligence? Suppose, Mr. Mike, anything you want to say about intelligence?
So far, like Miss Michelle cakap tadi tu lah, more pada act and how you speak, I think, show how intelligence the people are.
Okay, so that means you need to have an action associated with an individual or an entity to maintain your intelligence. Okay, so then the next question we ask you, you ask all of yourself,
Yeah.
but don't tell me the answer. Do you consider yourself intelligent?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I say, am I intelligent? Am I intelligent? No, I say to myself. You ask yourself, are you intelligent? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, who said yes? All mostly? Who said no? You said yes, okay. I don't say yes. So, all who said no?
I said no.
Okay.
Right?
Why did you say no?
You must trust yourself.
Why did you say no? Actually, there is no right and wrong. This is actually
Yeah.
perception. Why did you say no?
My point of view, I know myself. So if someone asks me, am I intelligent or not, I say no lah, because I know my limit.
Okay. How did you decide the limit?
How do I say the limit?
For example, for me, my perception of you maybe you are intelligent. Your perception of yourself maybe you are not intelligent. Okay. So the first one was prejudice. The second one, which we have the component. The second one is ego. Mostly ego. Ego. How ego? I will always want to say I am intelligent. But inside your mind, what you have is very good that you say you are not intelligent. Do you know why? It means that you can correct yourself. Suppose I said I'm intelligent, Manda, I know everything, okay? Then immediately, Parmasudha, my glass is full. But when you say I'm not intelligent, it's always, you will be a quick learner. You will learn very fast because you assume you are not intelligent, so you are learning. So you see how we are working. I want to show you how human work and machine work, okay? So that is the next one. Am I intelligent? Is it anyone else want to share?
Go.
Oh, intelligent.
Are you intelligent?
Are you intelligent or not intelligent? Intelligent. Okay, see yourself as intelligent. Actually, it's a plus and minus. People with strong ego will always say they're intelligent. They will say, oh yes, I'm intelligent. Because they're afraid of people saying, oh, you're not intelligent. Okay.
Certain thing, certain thing yes, but certain thing no, it's no.
Because intelligence is distributed. Okay, so this is what makes human intelligent. Certain aspect of intelligence. Now this is related to EQ, emotional quotient. Machines don't have EQ. Only humans have EQ. So the machine cannot say I'm intelligent. If you tell a machine, chat GPT, you're intelligent. Oh yes, I'm intelligent. Tell Bixby or the Apple, you tell your phone, I'm intelligent. It will say, it will just reflect what you tell it. Okay, so it's garbage in, garbage out in computer terminology. Garbage in, garbage out. Kotor masuk, buang sampah, keluar itu sama. It's nothing there. So okay, now we are how many of us in the room? Six, right?
Five.
Okay. Is there a difference between our levels of intelligence? This is an important question to understand machine learning, how the machine actually works. Is there a difference between these? And you, Kenneth, am I more intelligent than you? Are you more intelligent than me? You tell me your opinion. I need to know.
We have different perspective. We also have different emotional, and also we have different intelligence.
Levels of intelligence in different skill, right? So you have different kemahiran dengan itu lain itu bidang. So that's the kepakaran, kemahiran. This is different for different individuals. So maybe I'm good in something, but I'm bad in something else. Mike is good in something. Michelle is good in something. Bad in no, not bad means less competent in other areas. Okay, so this is our thing. But below all this, okay, are all of us intelligent? All of us are intelligent. Right? If you are sitting here in this room in the morning, you are intelligent. You know why? You have performed several actions. You are disciplined enough to wear a baju, mandi. You have driven your car here. You have been. So you are using intelligence all the time. Okay. Now, what is the difference in intelligence between, for example, a baby? You all have babies, kids. You all have kids, right? What's the difference between an intelligence of a baby, a teenager, and an adult? They go by stages, right? Okay. They go by stages means they are achieving something more as they go. But the basic intelligence is the same for all. Does the baby have same intelligence as me? No. Okay, that's why I want to break down this. Okay, assume the baby, your baby already is hungry. He or she is hungry. They will cry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you give them a susu, right?
Yeah.
Then they stop crying, right? Is that intelligence? It's intelligence.
Yes.
Isn't it intelligence? It's intelligence. They know a response, a behavioral response. They are giving output, and then they. So I am also maybe, for example, I have to achieve my KPI. If I don't achieve, I won't get the and I can't catch it. So I will achieve the KPI. Right? That's also intelligence. So what I'm trying to say is that intelligence is same for all levels. All have the same intelligence. There's only one thing difference. What's the difference between a baby, teenager, and grown adult like all of us? What's the difference? That intelligence is the same, they're using the same tool. Analyze, that's all. But what's the difference between all of us? Between that small child and us, all of adult? Decision making, right? Okay. How do you make decision? Based on?
Logic.
Logic. Okay, that's a decision making process, but what is your decision based on? How do you decide to do something? For example, today I want to order food. How do I decide I want to order food for myself? Based on?
Check my bank account.
So you are using something which is very important. Correct. You see, I'm trying to break it down so you can understand. You check your bank account, right? Is there enough account in your Grab, money in the Grab, then you can order pizza. If you want something better, you can order anything you want. Okay, so this is basically the data, the training model. So intelligence has two components. One is the intelligence which is pure logic, okay, and the second is the training model. So machine, when you talk about machine learning, right, it's actually using the logic saman dengan kita, the same logic, but the training model is based on the data. Okay, I'll give you an example of data. You use app, right? When do you use social media, Facebook, Instagram?
Yes.
When you try to open Instagram using Google Chrome browser, what does it tell you to do? Go to the apps. Why does it tell you to go to the app? It says use the app. Facebook says, oh, I don't use the app. Then I will give you more. Why? Ask you to use the app. Yeah?
They have your data.
Correct. The app will capture your data which the browser cannot. Chrome browser will only ask you cookie. Your Microsoft Safari browser from Apple will only ask you a cookie. Cookie is gathering some information. But the app will gather a lot of information from your phone. It will capture your location data, it will capture your kinetic data, how fast your phone is moving. If you are jogging, your phone will capture it. And then you will suddenly see, oh, when I use this app for jogging, how come there's always ad for shoe coming in my YouTube video? Because they know you're jogging. They even know how much your shoe is worn out at the bottom, so you have to Gandhi or Kasul. They know all this data, so that's the data. So when we are using the app, we are generating a huge amount of data. And that data is actually used by AI. So that is data broker, because they have a huge amount of data. The machines capture the data, store it in database, they sell the data. So they give the app free, but with data, they will join millions of dollars of data. For example, your base, right? Who uses your data? You all use base, right, to drive? Who uses your data from base? Base application to drive your car? Base. Who uses that data?
Us.
You use the data to reach the workplace, right? Who captures your data? Base company,
The
right?
apps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do they use the data for? What do they use? You think so? You tell me.
When you take out the data.
Jewel for whom? To whom?
From home to home.
To whom? The jewel. One maybe scammer, they can hack into the system, but the major market for your base data is the Tesla company. Autonomous driving vehicle use your data. They will know, oh, between Pinampang and the flyover, there's a pothole there. Other in the pothole. So in the future, when the AI is transferred to the Tesla, they will, oh, there's a pothole, so you have to avoid, change the lane. This is all the data and it's happening in real time. Okay. Now, that's the point about intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence is nothing new. It is not something new. It is actually from 1950s. You'll be surprised. Long before you and I were born, there's actually got artificial intelligence. It's used in World War II. It's a logical system of intelligence. It's like that. So later on I'll show you the example. What is that artificial intelligence? When you do your when you energize it. So what is making the artificial intelligence better? Technology. It's the technology and the speed. That's why everybody wants to buy the latest NVIDIA chip. Even US has blocked China from importing the chip. Because if you have that chip, you can do all the possible things. Okay, even your iPhone, if you're having the iPhone, right? Your A16, A17 chip is more intelligent than the computer of maybe 5 years ago. It's more intelligent. It can do multiple functions. Okay, so that's why the technology made this AI possible. Okay, so that's about intelligence. You have any question? You want to make any comment? So did you understand about intelligence? So now you look at yourself differently. I want you to change your perception. So you look at AI differently. Okay. So now we go into the different types of AI. What is the different type of AI? What we use, can you tell me which AI we are using now? You are using ChatGPT, right? Okay, ChatGPT, and by AI, is it weak or strong or GI? Which category you think it belongs to?
Strong.
Okay, strong, general, okay. Just choose one. I will explain the term. Strong, right? Okay, you think strong. Okay, strong. Another comment? Kamu pernah ya, tapi itu jenis AI. Itu AI ChatGPT, okay. Itu AI narrow macam tidak kuat, kuat, right? Strong ya, okay. So I think, and then there's super. Anybody else? One?
Strong.
Strong. Okay, strong. Okay, I'll tell you what is the difference. Okay, what we are using is actually narrow AI, which is actually weak AI. The process is using narrow AI. GI is you are GI. You have general intelligence. You have GI, the emotional and the other. You can attach many. Okay, the machine does not use GI. In fact, if you reach AGI, personal artificial general intelligence, the machine will be more powerful than you. It will be able to do emotional control. It will be able to see your baby's face and relate emotion, etc. So that's GI. And then you have super AI. Super AI will never achieve maybe for hundreds of years. Super AI will be. You have seen the movie Terminator. Terminator movie, right? That's the Skynet. So Skynet is super AI. Super AI means Panda. It can do everything. It can actually regulate society, and that is why people are afraid of AI, because it can reach that level where you can regulate the whole of society. So these are the different types of AI. So whenever anybody uses the term narrow AI, general AI, or super AI, it means specific things. Okay. Do you have any question? Any question you want to ask? No. Clear? So when somebody says artificial general intelligence (AGI), we have not reached AGI as yet, because you cannot process information. Okay. So that's what is the different terms. So remember these terms for later. Okay. Now we will go into something else, which is prompt and token. But before that, I want to ask you how a machine actually works. Suppose a machine. Okay, suppose I put a camera. I turn on the webcam of or I turn your microphone, and I showed it this box, okay, the AI. Will the AI tell you this is a box?
Yes.
It will tell you it's a box, right?
Yeah.
Because, why does it tell you it is a box? Because somebody has told it earlier, or programmed it, that when you have this shape, it is a box. Okay? So it has to be programmed or trained to understand objects. That is why the training of algorithm is very important. Okay, so that's the box. Okay, so the difference between a machine and us is, okay, I will say Alberta, you tell me what you feel. Me goreng mama. What do you feel? I said the word, me goreng mama. Can you visualize it?
Yes.
Can you taste it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, because we have prior information. The machine does not have. If you tell it me goreng mama, it will lock on to me goreng. It doesn't know what's me goreng mama. It cannot understand the taste. It cannot do anything. So it is basically stuck in the logic. So that is why you should never be afraid to use AI, because it is just based on our training. So this is what we need to get out of here. Okay. Now I want you to do something. Don't open Google Studio. Open all your respective apps. So one is Canva AI, ChatGPT, Google Translate, and ChatGPT. Maybe in Canva you cannot do prompting, but I want you to set up a prompt. Okay? Because in the next one we are going to go into tokens and prompts. I want you to just write anything. Anything. You can write anything you want. Anything. You just write whichever you wish to write. Don't try to be perfect, just do your natural. So are you using the respective platforms? You're using this one, right? For example, Michelle uses Google Translate, right? So you can use Google Translate will not go to the prompt. You can use Google Gemini for the prompt. Gemini, use Gemini Google. Gemini. So Gemini is.
Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini. Sorry, my pronunciation is slightly not Americanized. So Gemini. So you use Gemini. Ask it anything.
How are you today?
How are you today? Okay. So okay. Michelle says, how are you today? Puan boleh? Nak apa prompt kamu punya? Dalam bahasa Melayu pun boleh. Jadi boleh.
Saya minta wording letterhead untuk send certificate.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Mike.
Please give me training content for customer service.
Okay. Madam, sorry.
What do I wish to learn from this training session for AI?
Okay. So you designed a prompt. So this is called prompt. Okay. A prompt is a query to a database. Now the problem is, for example, I gave you that example of the mee goreng omak, right? How does the machine know what that prompt is all about? Suppose I ask you, let's look at the example I asked you. I want to go and have a cup of coffee in Pinang. It should be a cappuccino. Can you recommend any shops to me? That's my prompt to you. You are AI, tell me.
Which location do you prefer?
Okay, that's okay. So, just follow through. I would prefer ITCC. Can you recommend a shop in ITCC?
Oh, jadi answer.
Please, no, we do the prompting exercise. I'll show you how the prompt actually works.
What kind of coffee do you prefer?
What kind of coffee do you prefer? Okay, so now we come down, I will pull up the board and I will show you what it is. So let's look at that one. What kind of coffee do you prefer? Okay? Okay, so these are the words. So what? Okay. Suppose I ask you, right, within a fraction of a second, your brain already, it's what kind of coffee do you prefer? You know, other coffees, you know, but I don't drink coffee, so I don't know, but you will know. Okay, what kind of coffee? So you will know. Okay, what kind of coffee do you prefer? Now, when the machine reads this, right, what it will say the first word? What? The machine doesn't know what. So it looks for the next word. Kind. Kind, you know what's the meaning of kind, right? Kind is a good person. So kind. So now the machine starts thinking, is this the kind related to kindness or is it a kind of Janice? So it does it. Off is Vyasa Punya. Coffee it knows already because it is coffee. Do is okay. You prefer. This word is prefer. So each one of this word is called, it's called token. Each one except off and do are not called token, they're connecting word. So the machine is actually learning like this because it does not know what kind. So if you ask the machine what, right, it looks for the next word, kind. After it looks for the next word, it's looking for apa itu coffee, object. What kind of coffee? Okay, so what kind of coffee? Immediately dalam dia itu macam how to say minda mind. Okay, is the process of thought is thinking of what kind of coffee. So now it knows latte, cappuccino, etc., etc. So it knows the sets of coffee, and then it asks, do you prefer? So when it gives you an output, you know what it will do? It will give you all the latte, cappuccino, etc., etc. So how has this happened? They programmed the machine. So these are called tokens. Now, why is this token important for you? Now, when you use your software, you will know. A token costs money. Each token you use costs money. So every time you prompt a machine, it uses token. The token is charged based on the rate. So if you are using, for example, ChatGPT or OpenAI, paid version, right? Every time there's a token, it will ask you for payment. It will take a small amount, not a big amount. It may take 0.001 cent, but each token is charged. So they are charging you for the respective token. Okay, so that's why we have the tokenization. So now, for example, you have this particular case. Okay, design a survey form for evaluating customer satisfaction for my business. Design. The first one is design. So you give recommend means so you design a survey form for evaluating customer satisfaction for my business. So it asks you the design criteria. What do you want to ask in the customer? For example, you want to then you do the survey form. So it will ask you how to develop the survey form. Do you want to know your age group? Do you want to know the preference? Do you want to know the gender? So it will ask you these groups. So as the AI progresses, it will ask you more questions. So who's teaching the AI? Who's the trainer? Is the AI training itself? You are training the AI. So you are the trainer for the AI. And that is why nowadays there's a big market for the AI training. So check this one, this construction of the prompt is a subject by itself. They have today something known as prompt engineer. So they are constantly developing prompt. That is why AI, when it was first started, it was given free because you are the trainer. Every time you use it, you train it. You train it, use it, train it. It's like your app gathering data from you. Okay, so that's the prompt engineering. So these are the tokens. So design, survey, form, evaluating, customer satisfaction, business are all tokens. So as you use the token, they will become more and more intelligent. So now there'll be, for example, you log in, it will already know your reference profile. There is another step of AI which is called persona. Gets your personality there. Okay, but not personality much of the Kalakon, it's not like that. It's a personality of your intellectual process. Okay, so it knows how you're thinking. Okay, so you have learned how to use the prompt. You know, right? Any questions on prompt? Before we go deeper?
So mostly prompt is like an instruction you give to.
It's an instruction which the machine will understand. So now most of the tokens, because AI has been around for a couple of years, the tokens have been already understood by machines.
If you give the referral or like
It
a
will-
details,
Yeah.
which is bring macam give an idea to the AI.
Yeah. Yeah, it is precisely that. It gives an idea to the AI because the AI actually uses what is known as a large language model. This is different from us. Human beings, right, don't use large language model. We don't use large language model. For example, I say C for cow, D for drink, okay? We are teaching the children, right? That's the first level. That is using a language model. So whenever you ask, Appa, it is C, cow, lembu, so it's C. Okay, programming, right? The child is being programmed. That's why road-based instruction. C for cow, T for dog, C for whatever, M for milk. Okay, so you're giving a road-based instruction. The machine does not know the difference between milk and cow, but the children will know. The child will know. Appa, it is susu. Appa, janis itu kereta ini tahu, ini pandai. Tapi machine tidak pandai. It doesn't know this, so it's creating new kind of information based on your input. Suppose you told a machine, right? Suppose 100 people showed a picture of a car to a machine and they told that this machine, this is a car. The machine will believe. But suppose the scientist said, oh, this is not a car, it is a cow. So 100 people told the machine is a cow, the machine will think it's a cow. Because that's the way. That is why you have heard of CAPTCHA. Do you know what's CAPTCHA?
Yes.
The CAPTCHA will always tell you, mark the grid which have signal, right? What are you doing? It came before I read, you remember? Many years ago. What is it doing with CAPTCHA? CAPTCHA phrase. It is? See, it says, if you are human,
Yes.
what is it doing? Do you know what it's doing? What you are doing with CAPTCHA? They say, I verify you are human, and they show number as the grid, and all the grid.
Yeah.
So what is it doing? You are training the machine. So suppose that identify the square with the light bulb. So you click. Okay, then it gives a scope for it. This process is called the validation or the curation of data. So you're doing that with AI. That's why the AI is free. Because AI is being used for other applications, but we are curating it at our level. So ChatGPT and all these Gemini, whatever they are, when you prompt, they are not actually AI per se. They are actually LLM, large language models. So you are programming a model.
Which one is interesting?
Okay, so you can see your thing. Now, how do you give a prompt? Actually, this is what you need to keep in your head when you're giving a prompt. This procedure. So prompting is not just going into the machine and saying, oh, I want to go to KK, I want to find a cup of coffee, blah, blah. It's not like that. It's actually related to specific process. The process is actually TCREI. I'll give you the context. Okay? So first, the word task. This is task. You can write it down. So later on you come. Task is what we assign to the machine. Context. Okay. So task. I will go to them later. So just note it down first. The next slide I will show you what it means. Please give me an example of a task which you would assign to a human. For example, I am a human, you assume I am AI, assign me a task.
Do this job.
No, that's right. Can you be more specific? Now I will take role of AI. Huh? So I am AI. Okay? So please assign me a task. Assign me a task. Assign me a task. I'm a machine. Assign me a task. I'm ChatGPT. I have a chip in my brain. Elon Musk, give me a chip. So you have to ask me a task and I will respond.
Which place in Malaysia are
you from?
beautiful?
Okay. Can you be more specific? What is your idea of beauty?
Which is we have sunset, and then mount. and river. Okay.
Can you be more specific about the kind of destination you would like to prefer?
I think Sabah.
Okay, so you want Sabah. So then it will directly, so now it use those words as keywords: mountain, temperature, sunset. So it will directly tell you about either Kundasang or it will tell you some other area which is there. So it will look for that. So that's the way it actually works. That's the way Travel Apps works. This is the task. Now the next one is context. Okay, context is something which you tell it specifically. I want to go for a vacation in Korea. Okay. In Korea, already is established context during the winter. We want to watch some Korean K-pop drama scene, something, so you need to. So you specify, so you tell it, okay, then it will find you the task. So you establish context. Okay, so remember, first is task, I want to go. Context is what you establish with the system. Clear, right? The next one is resources. Resources. What is the resource? Can you tell me?
Resource is
Additional information.
additional.
Yes, please proceed.
Additional information and details, which is the answer.
A resource is something which you give it to analyze. Okay, let's look at your data. Michelle is from accounts. You are from accounting field, right?
Yeah.
Accounting field. You look at a balance sheet. You have balance sheet. Okay. You want to analyze the data in your balance sheet and find out any discrepancy. So what task could you give me if I'm AI? Give me the task. Anything which you from your field. I don't know your field, so tell me your.
I don't know my field.
Please detect any discrepancies.
Oh yeah, itulah.
Okay, please detect any discrepancies in
my account.
in my account. Okay. The next question, I'm the machine. I'm a machine. I'm not human anymore. So
Okay.
you're talking to me. So the next thing which I ask you. So you are the human. I'm the machine. So the next thing which I ask you will be, can you provide me with the data set? Can you provide me with the data
Yes,
set?
yes.
What is the
Then I will
format of the
attach.
data set? What is the format of your data set? Which you give me? Excel?
Yeah, Excel.
Any? Okay.
Oh, PDF.
PDF. That is your resource. So the first one is task. Analyze my sheet. That's the task. Context is discrepancy. And the resource is your sheet. Okay? I will show you how to do it later. But okay, with this one, please don't upload any real data sheet inside in the AI system because it's not protected. Okay, this is important to note. I will tell you the caution later what you should not do with AI. Please don't upload any image or thing which is confidential inside because the AI will extract the data and store it. Okay, this is important to remember. For that you need to run private AI. You need to run it in your machine itself. There's a different system. But don't use general AI for confidential documents or don't do. People have ended up in trouble because of it. Okay. The next one is evaluate. Okay, let's go back to your example of evaluation. Okay, so you gave me the sheet. I found a discrepancy on item number 16 in column number 4. You have not added the SST. Okay? So you will have to then review my answer. That is why I need to review the answer. On column number 4, you have not added the GST. So that will ask you, right? So you need to check. Am I correct or not? Is the machine correct or not? That's when you do the evaluation. Okay, so that's the machine. So now you're actually training the machine. You have given it a task, a context, and a resource, and now you're asking it. You're checking it. If, for example, I made a mistake, what will you tell me? Okay, I told you, on item number 2, in column number 4, you have not added the SST, but you have added already the SST. It is there. So what have I done? I made a mistake, right?
Yeah.
So you will have to tell me again. That is the iteration. You tell me, please relook the data and check. The machine actually responds to that. Please relook at the data and check. Then you will check the iteration. Okay, so this is the process. So this is called task, context, resource, evaluate, iterate. So when you state a prompt, don't state anything because it's using up your tokens. You see, it's involves money, right? We think, oh, we are talking to the machine. It's just, but it's using up your tokens. So now it is free. When future, when the AI, actually the paid AI from AI is charging per token. Okay? It will charge per token, not much. 0.001 US cent. So if you have 1 million tokens, you can multiply 1 million, we come to about $200 USD for the tokenization. So that's the token. So this is about the prompt. Do you have any question about prompt? But you understood the concept, the process of construction, right? And this is actually called prompt engineering. It's called engineering the prompt. So you're engineering the process of creating a prompt. So this is now you're already a prompt engineer. You follow this process, you're an engineer. Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Look, now itself is already the credits are there, and credits is equivalent to token, right?
Yeah.
Because AI credit, because if you use Gemini, 2.0 Flash is free.
Yeah.
2.5 evaluations and advanced both are on credits only.
Yeah.
So they will restrict how many tasks you can ask after that.
Yes.
Copilot is fully based on credit only.
Copilot, I'm not aware of token, I'm only aware of Gemini.
Copilot also, because if you are using 365, Copilot is free.
Mhm.
So that means the AI credit is already asked that you have AI credit or not. So if you have been logging from your Microsoft 365 account,
Yeah.
then it will automatically say that you already have AI credit.
Oh, okay.
AI credit.
Okay.
So otherwise it will not, it will ask you to buy the
credit. Then it keeps your credit card number, so it's
Yeah,
good.
so
So be careful when you use the token. So I use Office 365, but mine is a enterprise version, so I am not aware of how it actually deducts credits.
Office 365, the moment you go cloud, it's automatically built in.
Okay.
So if you are using Word, Excel or PowerPoint, automatically the prompt will be there. There will be a sidebar. The moment you click the sidebar, it will ask you improve it or auto rewrite, all those options will ask.
Okay, that's a good thing you told me about that. Thank you. So this is the summary of what you will learn. So task is what you want AI to do. Context is additional information you give to the task. Resources are data, files and pictures. Evaluation is your role, checking the response, and iteration is refining the prompt and resubmitting. What Mr. Krishnan mentioned about the next choice, what you want to do next. So this is the process. So when you do this, you're actually a prompt engineer. If you want to attend courses in prompt engineering, there are specific courses on prompt engineering, but you can cover the basics of what your field. For example, for accountancy, you'll have different prompt engineering course. Marketing, you'll have different contexts. So this will be changing, but the overall process is same. So this is actually related to improvement of the cycle of the iteration or the processing of the information of your site.
I used a method of
Yeah, please share.
prompting
Yeah.
because there is a methodology is good because I'll tell you, if you are using Grammarly, right, you write the prompt, then you go to ask Grammarly to rewrite. Because when Grammarly rewrite, all the verbs, nouns, all those things it will correct. The prompting will be exactly.
Yeah.
Then typically the context what doctor asks is very important in prompting, because reason that if you're asking for an example, when I'm writing a proposal, so I'm writing write a proposal for Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation to train unemployed youth in B40 and ECAC category, because that context has to be very specific.
Yeah.
In the area of hospitality, to serve the Sabah specific employment group.
Correct.
So that means it need all the ingredients we need to add. Otherwise, what will happen that if I try to write, okay, please give me a proposal to Ministry of Science and Technology University on hospitality service excellence.
Yeah.
It will not add the Sabah context because it don't understand.
Yeah.
But when you said that Ministry of Science, Technology Innovation, Sabah, then it understand. Also, then it will add young performer, all those things it will start adding, and all those things will happen. So the prompting, as far as my knowledge, that's the key for getting the result.
Yeah, correct. That's absolutely correct. Thank you for adding to the prompting part, the segment of the prompting. So we have here now the example of, I think Michelle actually read my mind, so she already knows. So the task is suggest tourist destination in Sabah. The context will be cool weather, higher elevation. Then the resources you can put in the Sabah tourism website link. It will tally the alarms and it will find out. Okay. Then you can be more specific. I want to go only in September. Go find me the best rates for this particular location. It will tell you all that. Go find me reviews. It will look for that. So what is it doing? Is actually the chat is looking for a specific website Okay, it looks for a specific website, and it does two things. It will do web scraping. It will start reading the web. But the faster way is to connect directly using what is known as API key. But currently, most of the machines do web scraping. They will scrape the internet. Okay, after module 1, you can have a break. I will just go into module 1. Okay. This is what we did just now. You prompted my intelligence. Mr. Manikrishnan also mentioned. So you are prompting my intelligence. I am the machine. You have to prompt. Okay. Now whatever we learned, we'll try it on once again because always we learn 3 times. We retain everything quickly when we learn twice. Okay. Now I am the machine. I am no longer human. You prompt my intelligence. Ask me anything.
Saya sudah nih,
Ask me.
tadi.
I want you to train you to use prompt. Ask me.
Ask anything else.
Using the methodology which I asked you. Task, context, resources. Ask me. It can be also a physical action you do.
How to do 6 packs.
Oh, 6 packs.
How to lose weight very fast.
Okay, how to lose weight very fast. Okay, you know what the machine will tell you first?
How many weeks in months?
How many weeks and months? No, before I will make a disclaimer. Loss of weight may be linked to a specific medical condition. Please consult with your medical practitioner. You know what it's actually doing a disclaimer. It does not directly respond to questions about how. But if you really ask it, if you set it off, then we will test you. Okay, what is your target weight? What is your current weight? And what target do you wish to achieve? Okay, so that's, you have to tell me. What's your target weight? And what weight do you wish to achieve?
Come on, call a boy.
I wish to reach sekarang 90, 70 lah.
Okay, you want to reduce from 70 to 90. What is the preferred form of exercise you would like to do?
Yoga.
Yoga lah, yoga.
Yoga. Okay. How much time do you want in order to reduce your weight? What's the duration?
After 5.
The duration means
The duration means berapa bulan?
Around 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Do you intend to make any changes in your diet?
No.
You want to lose weight? So yeah, this is actually establishing the context. So you want to lose weight within a period of 2 years, you want to reduce by 20 kgs, and you want to go in for the no diet, right? So it means I have to, now what the machine is doing is starting computing. Okay, so I'll tell you, the most optimal exercise for you is to walk for 30 minutes per day. Based on your weight, you will consume 210 kilocalories for 30 minutes of walking per day, and based on your weight, 1 kilogram is equivalent to 7,000 calories. So you multiply by that. So in 35 days you can lose 1 kilogram. So I am computing that up because now I have prior knowledge because I teach biochemistry, so I know how many calories. But suppose you ask the machine that, they will actually have to reiterate from the machine. So I am using my knowledge. But if you ask me something about how many kilometers per hour a fighter jet has to fly, I will not know. Because that will become not my domain, it's not having my training data. So you see how it works? So it actually appears to be quite humorous, but it's actually serious. So you build up the data set by asking specific questions. So you can start with a simple task, a simple token, and then it will focus on more specific tokens. Okay, so that's a prompt my intelligence. So that's a prompt. Okay, so now we have done this prompt exercise, right? But you can type your prompt on Notepad or MS, and if you have Padlet, you can share it here. Okay, this is you have Padlet with you. Padlet, you can scan this with your phone, QR code, and take it to Padlet account. So Padlet is a board. You can use it for your training as well, which will allow you to share. Sure. I just scan. Yeah. It's Padlet now. So you are using a Padlet system. Can you log in? So you have entered account. Okay. Post your prompt there. Please post your prompt there, and it will come here. So this is the prompt engineering. Okay. So this is your pointer. Post your prompt there.
QR paling sebenarnya.
Apa?
QR.
QR. Okay. QR. You want to share QR? Okay. Sure. Share with you. Yeah. QR. I will share. Yeah. 1 minute.
So tekan di sini.
Okay. Yeah.
Post comment.
Iya.
Post your prompt here. Post your. Let's do the exercise. This for your evaluation. Let's see how you prompt. I will examine. I will go through each of your prompts and I will give you tips.
Subjek apa?
Subject. Any prompt. Any prompt. Just prompt. Just prompt based on our contextual framework now. Subject macam. Subject. just anything based on, but follow the guideline which I told you. Task, context, resources. Okay. So clear. Everyone has got it. Okay, excellent. Okay, so I will just switch back to prompt engineering and. So this is a good tool you can use when you're interacting with your audience.
Buat prompt.
What's the
Jadi,
prompt?
dengan tadi ada task, lalu teks, susah itu.
Masih compile di sana.
Post the prompt. Just click on the plus key and add here. Click here on the plus key and add a prompt. It will show your name and you will see your name coming up.
Mana?
Plus. Click sini. Click
Oh di
sini.
sini.
Sini click on
Yang
your
plus
screen.
tuh yang
Plus and add your prompt. Think about the prompt now. Task, context, resources.
Subject nama.
Done, madam? Done. Okay. So you enter. It will not coming up as yet. Okay. This is yours. What would be the best job that gives higher pay? Okay, correct. Okay, so let's see everyone one by one. This is your. Okay. What